Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, and I cannot hear anything. What is going on? Are these off? There we go. Now I can hear stuff. Oh, much gooder. What's going on, everybody? Hey. There's a lot happened. Knox, all right. He wants to say hi. All right. Whoa. Watch the headphones. You want to say hi? God, you stink. I got to give you a bath tomorrow, bro. Oh, I love you, bud. But go lay down. What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing? So obviously big news. That's kind of the title of the stream. I'm gonna drink margarita, sugar-free margarita while I do this. I've been up for 32 hours and you're running on pure sugar. I'm here for it. So, well, first things first. Let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room. We had to say goodbye to Hobbs this week. So last week I started the stream holding Hobbs, and this week Hobbs is no longer with us. Our lives kind of revolved around that little dude for about the last year. I will let this play. Thank you so much, G. Smith.
The A10 is hard at work tonight.
Oh, yeah. I just saw the news. I've been trying to pay attention to that. So he went very peacefully. We decided it was time. My wife decided it was time. I told her this is the thing. So relationship advice from HLC if you want it. Regardless of how I felt about Hobbs, if she wanted to continue the process with him, I needed to be supportive. So she came to the decision. Wojciech, I think that's how you say it.
Winking face, FDW.
Good old Poland. I do love me some Poland. Raptor052, what you got?
Iran got B1D.
Oh, they did. There's two B1s over there from what I'm tracking. I'd love to hear what this strike package has in store for those guys. I knew it was coming. I didn't know what it was going to look like. But I knew it was coming for a couple different reasons. We'll get into that here. I'm just going over all the big news first. So obviously, Hobbs, that little dude left a really big hole in our lives, and I miss him dearly. My wife is well. I'll be totally honest with you. Luckily, I'm at a duty station, and I have a really good chain of command. And my first sergeant was like, "Hey, man, you don't got to be here. You can go on home." So I was able to be home with my wife, and yeah, that was a good thing that I was able to do. But it was tough. It was absolutely tough. Now, on to the good news. Good news number one. My stuff is live on Bunker Branding, guys. This is it. This is one of the designs. This is the one you guys come to know and love. I do have... Oh, I need to wash it. I've worn all my shirts. They're great. It's got the new logo, and then they got there's this one that's like green with 3 missiles. I helped them design that thing. I love it. I love that fucking design. That design is phenomenal. It's so good. So that's good news. Oh, man, there was one more thing. Mrs. Linecrosser was like, you got to say this. And I already forgot what she was talking about. Oh, shit. Hold on. What was it? No. Hobbs, Bunker. Oh, now it's going to kill me. Mrs. Linecrosser, if you're watching, can you text me? Because you remember everything. I have the memory of a squirrel. Federation, what's going on? Thank you so much.
That scream you did for the T90 while ago. That tank got penetrating in the wrong way.
You know what's interesting is there was a few people who I guess, you know, Russia fanboys, they're like, oh yeah, well, one of those Bradleys was destroyed the next day. And the tank crew survived. I'm like, that's cool. That's great. That's wonderful. Time out. That T90 should have bodied both of those fucking Bradleys. The sheer fact that it lost that fight is incredibly surprising. Oh!
Met someone with culture on GTA Online when I asked if someone would intercept me.
Oh, I love it. I love when I see those quotes pop up in random places. So I haven't read it, but it's not mine. Maybe I'll make like an actual official one. But I just lurk. I love that shit. I love it when I see it. Anytime I see like the F-22 pop up, I scroll through and I'm like, I'll see like 3 or 4 of them. Would you intercept me? I love it. I adore that so much. Mrs. Linecrosser just texted me. Well, you may notice. I'll let this one play real quick. Wojciech?
About Hobbs. Stay hard, flexed biceps.
Hey, I'll try, man. That dude, like, he was a good guy, man. I miss him dearly. So everyone's Santa Claus. Everyone's talking about, yes, that's other big news. But you may notice up there. There we go. Sorry, it's hard to do. New logo. And if you go to Bunker Branding, you can get a shirt with the new logo. I'm really excited about that. The designers of Bunker got together with me. The whole thing, like, I didn't think I would be in that category to be working with those guys. So I'm incredibly honored. I'm super excited about that. So it's been an interesting week between Hobbs and like all this other good news coming out. It's been an emotional roller coaster. I'm gonna drink margarita again. Memory of a goldfish and the attention span of a hamster. That's what I'm talking about. New day, new battle, not the same. What do you mean? What are we talking about? Just want to support. Always look forward to your content. Thank you. Ego nowhere? There we go. I'm also dyslexic. Did you guys know that? Matt has good people. Oh, you know him? Wait. Does Matt Best own Bunker? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Oh, Roto coming in. I just saw that come through. It'll play here in a second. Roto, what's going on, my dude? Here, we'll give you one of these. Or a couple of those. Did I introduce the Su-27 array? I have not. Shot for shot tequila? Yeah, right. Knox is over here next to me just itching himself. And breathing heavy. Bro, your breath smells like the inside of your asshole. It's awful. Dude, okay, hold on.
Just want to support. Always look forward to your content.
Ew. Knox, your breath is awful. Here, what's that? What's that up there? Okay, how about this? How about everyone hears you speak? How about that? Speak. Speak. Come on. Speak. Good boy. Good boy. All right. We'll give him a cookie. How good is your Swedish? 0. I have never. So interesting enough that there was a Swedish student. Sweden is the blue flag with the yellow cross on it, right? Maybe it's Switzerland. No, yeah, it's Sweden. Anyways, we had a Swedish student at where I work, and I showed my American ignorance because he ran really fast on our 2-mile. And they were like, man, that was really fast. And I was like, bro, he's up there in the mountains working out. Like, this is easy for him. And he's like, there's mountains in Sweden? And I was like, yeah, the Alps. And he's like, don't you mean Switzerland? And I was like, I guess I did. And like the Swedish student, right? It was just like, oh, typical American. And I was like, I fucking deserved that. I deserved every bit of that. Absolutely. Hey, yo, from Kentucky, what is going on? Oh, Protocol 4. What? You can't hear me? Seriously? Have you done the F-18? Yeah, I did the F-18.
My friend told me that we might have another civil war. Also, I heard USA sanctioned Israel, I think.
The U.S. did sanction Israel. As for the Civil War, I would not count on it. Here's the thing. The people who are saying we're going to have a civil war glorify war. They've never seen war. They don't know what war looks like. War is not having running water. War is not having a bathroom. War is not having food. War is people you care about dying all around you. Obviously, people die in warfare. But I'm talking about like the most barbaric shit you could possibly imagine. They think war is some load up in your pickup truck and start shooting at people while driving down the highway and it'll be over by lunch. That's not what war looks like. I'm sorry. So I wouldn't listen to those people. Last day after 27 years as a firefighter here in Maine. Hey, man, James. Hey, thank you so much for what you've done, man. 27 years. Holy shit. I'm surprised I've lived 27 years. And you were firefighting for 27 years? My dad was a firefighter for 19 or 20 years. So I have a soft spot for firefighters, man. I love that shit. Yep, not having a bed, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. Yeah, war is not fun. War is awful. So there's a quote, and I want to say it's from sorry, family text. I believe it's from General Sherman, Union General. Hold on, let's let this play.
Last day today after 27 years as a firefighter here in Maine. Let the fun times begin.
Super proud of you, my dude. I'm super happy for you, honestly. Zach Gang in chat. So I believe it was General Sherman. I could be wrong, but everyone knows that quote, war is hell. And I get that, right? But the rest of it, right? The rest of that quote is, it's a good thing I'm paraphrasing, I don't know exactly, but it's a good thing war is hell, and it's a good thing it is hell because, or we learn to enjoy it. There you go. Sorry, I kind of fucked up that entire quote, but that's what I'm getting at, is war is awful, and it's a good thing it's awful, or else we would learn to enjoy it. Oh yeah, the news report about the states. So here's the thing. Personnel in Texas support their border efforts.
There was a news report about the states sending personnel to Texas to support their border efforts. It was mentioned Mississippi has been the most deployed National Guard unit since the Korean War.
So the border situation is a mess, right? I had, I don't know if you guys know Under the Desk News, V. She reached out to me. She's a friend of mine. And she reached out to me and she was like, hey, can you kind of help me understand like the Army National Guard? And unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of experience, but pretty much what I gave her is I was like, they're state and federal, right? So the National Guard is funded by the state. However, a lot of their weapons and equipment and the federal government can call them up under Title 10 orders. So it's kind of like, who's dad at this point in time? That's all I was able to give her. And then she's like, well, you know, how do you feel about it? And part of the reason I haven't really touched on it is because I'm too far in a middle ground for this. We'll let this one play, Blue Jay.
The 155th Armored Brigade since the Korean War. They are apparently the most combat experience of any state. Their motto is Dixie Thunder.
I like it. I don't sleep on fucking National Guard. It was we got our motto, first to fire in air defense artillery from New Mexico National Guard. Bataan Death March, you guys may know about that. Held out at the Bataan Peninsula, and then eventually the island of what was the name of that island? Yeah, but that was New Mexico National Guard. Anyways, so oh man, what was I getting at? So the whole thing is a mess, and the reason why it's a mess, and I think we can all agree on this, right? Like, I'm a middle of the ground American. I try and find logical understandings. I can see both sides of this. One side is upset about the lack of security at the border, and the other side is upset about the lack of access at the border. And unlike a lot of people, I don't think that these problems are mutually exclusive. I think that whatever the solution is, I have no idea what the solution is, but whatever the solution is, would be to find a way to keep out the bad people and find a way to help out the good people get in. I have no idea what that solution looks like. No fucking clue. But I can tell you, at least in my opinion, it starts with security first, and then you work from there. Security is probably the easiest place to start, at least in my opinion. Mrs. Linecrosser's like, 860 in chat! I am so glad you guys are here. Terra Nero.
You have made me a big fangirl of the F-22. I didn't know I needed it. Thank you for everything.
Terra, thank you. Honestly, again, the only thing I will ever ask from you guys is just watch. That's all I ever want. But if you do choose to donate like you guys are now, if it's a penny, a fucking $1 million, whatever it is, I want you to know I am appreciative of it no matter what. So thank you all so much. Matt, Demolition Matt owns Bunker?
Fuck war. As a civvy that experienced what taking mortar fire is and what it's like to have missiles and drones above you, I feel like I get to say it.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Justin T.
Matt Cheriker owns Bunker Branding. The Demolition Ranch dude.
Okay, I've been to Demo Ranch. Super excited. I might have an opportunity to go back out there with Mrs. Linecrosser. I'm excited. Wither, holy shit!
Would you intercept
There's
me?
the variation.
I'd intercept me.
Keep up the good work.
Apparently $50 and up is that's all it takes. Oh man, I'm sorry. I need to get some more variations for like the different numbers and stuff. It's more fun that way. The integrations on YouTube are not great, but they're kind of fun. Knox, please go lay down. Please. I love you, but bed. Bed. I took you outside before we came up here. Bed. He looks so sad, but trust me, that dog is well taken care of. Are Kurds American allies worth helping? The whole Sunni, Shiite, Kurd, like the whole tribal stuff over there, it's above me, man. It is totally above me. What's up, Phoenix Rising? How you doing, bud? Holy shit, George. No, hey, man. Do not worry. I just read that. George, hey, man, fucking prayers out to you and your family, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. George, do not ever worry about it, man. I hope that my videos can help you smile a little bit. Like, that's all I care about, my dude. Have they let you eat yet? No. Let me fucking eat! You're going... Oh, I'm gonna let this play. Ethan Hutchins.
How's it going, HLC? I am currently working on going into the army, and I go to MEPS in March, and I am hopefully going to be either a 99M or a 19P. Love your content. Keep up the good work.
I'm honest with you. I'm not being a smartass. I've never heard of 99. Mike? Uh, 99 Mike. What is it? Oh, it's one of the joke ones. Combat janitor. What's a 19, Papa? That's. Oh man, I'll have to check that out because I used to be a 19 series. Say Fatnet will go to bed. It will not. He will show up immediately. He thinks that's his nickname. He's a good boy. I love that dog. Hope we get some good buff ones. This is the thing, man. I made that video last night before anything happened. So when I posted it, literally, like, I posted it and I hadn't even seen the news. And one guy on my Facebook, he commented, he was like, yeah, this is what's going on. They got 2 B1s. They've hit 85 targets, 6 different strikes. I was like, Jesus. Uncle Sam hitting 85 targets overnight. Like, that's...
$75 and up variation is Australia saying OICT.
I'll do it, Devin. Fucking say less.
Speaking as a fat, middle-aged public defender, Shakespeare said, I was first up against the wall in case of a war. So, I'll pass.
No, hold on, I'm trying to understand that.
Thoughts on the new E10 capability?
E10. What is an
Did
E10?
you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Donating on George's behalf.
Michael, thank you so much, man. You guys, you really don't have to. I want to be there for you all the time. Hold on. By the way, thank you all so much, but E10 capability. I'm tracking E10 as a type of fuel. Are you talking about A10? Because someone said they recreated a new version of the A10. And I saw like a promo video for it, but I haven't looked into it. Ah, he got me. That's fair. You know what? You paid money to get me. Well played. I walked right into that. Evening HLC, happy Friday. Well, Brandon, it's a Friday. For my little dude. Hobbs was a good dude, man. That shit fucking hurt.
We need Space Force representation, son.
See, I want to do Space Force, but so here's the problem I have with doing Space Force.
Evening HLC. Happy Friday.
Evening, Brandon. And war be brought. Here it comes.
E10D's nuts.
Well played. You know what? You paid for it. I'll walk right into that. So when it comes to Space Force representation, I would love to do Space Force. But here's the thing: Nico Ortiz, good dude. I met him in person. Taller than I expected. I thought he was a short little guy. He's taller than me, and I'm 6'2". So he does a phenomenal Space Force. And here's the thing: if I deviate from that and do my own style of Space Force, there's going to be a lot of people that say his is better or mine's better, and no creator wants to do that to each other, right? But if I copy his, then there's going to be another group of people in my comment section saying I'm copying Nico Ortiz. So if I can find a way to get around either of those problems, I would absolutely do it. Yo, you rock? No, you rock. Make Space Force a bunch of nerds. Raising a glass for Hobbs? Yo, me too, Jack. Me too, bud. Darth Imperius, I'm trying to be back, man. I'm not gonna lie. My wife and I, we both kind of. I wasn't sure I was going to be on tonight, so I thank you all for being here, and I thank you guys all for helping out with me. Honestly, I'm seeing 918 viewers right now. I'm blown away. I don't even know how to feel. It feels good. I'm not trying to cry on stream. I've done plenty of that this week, so I appreciate it.
Got my Buff is Forever t-shirt this week.
Nice, Brandon. Nice. I did switch over to a new distributor. Nothing against my old distributor. Just swapped over to Bunker Branding. I've been very satisfied with it thus far. This is Bunker Branding. You can go to habituallinecrosser.com and just click on the merch link, and now it takes you to Bunker Branding. That's what I'm here for. Get him to show up in a video. I would love to. I didn't get his number. Dude, that guy, he was like running around with a chicken with his head cut off. He was all over the damn place, man. But I'll try and hit him up this time. Federation, I'm gonna let it play.
Is it true North Korea can be defeated by a box of honey buns? And why is communism sucks now? China and Russia are going poop, 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 poop.
I didn't know he would say the emotes or the emojis. So I don't know. Like, North Korea is like, and don't get me wrong. Do they have some capability? Yes. They can strike the living shit out of South Korea and then be bombarded by everyone who's friends with South Korea. Like, they can throw a lot of firepower at South Korea. They don't have enough missiles to throw them at the rest of the world and cause enough damage. Their Navy would get fucking steamrolled in 24 hours against the U.S. Navy. And I'm being nice saying 24 hours. Their Air Force would get fucking grounded by one squadron of F-22s. Like, they wouldn't stand a snowball's chance of fucking hell.
You, brother.
Hey, thank you so much, Brandon. I really appreciate it, man. But, like, Nabatan Patriot shirt, marinate, not wear during the next field war suit. That's what's up, my dude. That is what is up. What does Grandpa Buff have planned for Valentine's Day, or his advice for being romantic? Tell you what, I'm gonna fuck up. We're gonna try it. I gotta hear myself because I can't get the buff when I can't hear myself.
So, you boys want to know how to please a lady on Valentine's Day, so here's what we're going to do. What you do is, you take her out to a nice dinner, you hold her hand, you get some nice candles, maybe somebody to play one of those fiddle violin thingies, and then
we'll let Whiskey Tango play real quick.
First time catching a stream. I got the Patriot shirt when it was first released, and it's such an awesome conversation starter.
Thank you, Whiskey Tango. We'll let G Smith play as well, because I'm going to finish it.
What does Grandpa Buff have planned for Valentine's Day, or his advice for being romantic?
So, hang on, Warsuit's got another one. I don't want to interrupt your guys' donations, and vice versa.
Nabdatan Patriot shirt. May or may not wear it during our next field.
Hell yeah.
So, once you get that girl wined and dined, she's gonna like you a lot more.
Hang on, Aaron, we're gonna let it go through. Don't worry, guys. I will finish this story. Aaron, thank you so much, my dude. I got two more that I can see right now. Rossette and Pink's Garage.
Space Force collab with Nico, so the law starts there.
I would love to.
Losing a puppy is like losing a family member. I'm surprised you are live tonight. My condolences, folded hands.
Honestly, showing up for you guys really keeps me going. So thank you all for the continued support. Dead serious. Okay, so
once you get her all wined and dined, those women really like to show you a good time. So, but you want to be a gentleman.
I gotta try and keep a straight face.
So what you're gonna want to do,
Tyler, we're gonna let it play.
Sorry to hear about your up. Since you were a tanker, I would like hear your input on the M5 Ripsaw drone tank. Task and Purpose just did a video on it for info.
I need to do more homework. I know nothing about it.
I have a question. I'm 28 years old. In March I have a get. I'm 258 pounds. I'm healthy. I'm trying to get my weight down and I have ADHD. I have no wife or kids, so will the army take me if there was a WW3 draft?
draft, a lot of things go out the window.
So once you get her all wined and dined and she wants to give you a kiss, you gotta lean in for the kiss and make sure you're nice and gentle with it. And then before she knows anything that's going on, you start flicking her in the eyeball. That gets them really... that gets them really excited. They start saying things like, "Stop it, that hurts."
Her youth is threatened to cut the fiber line connecting USA and EU. Figure that's how you get referred to in the past tense.
Oh yeah, don't mess with the internet.
If China has such corruption issues they couldn't really mobilize, how have they built so many carriers in the past year? Are they legit/confirmed?
From what we understand about the carriers, they're very poorly built. They had one already have a hole in its flight deck.
Hey everyone, it's great value, Sean Ryan, smiley face, nothing but love bug.
I love that that's become a conspiracy theory now.
SF should be a woman who is smarter than the boys.
SF should be a woman and smarter than the boys. Like, so security forces or special forces?
I was trying to send a verse of my Ukraine variant of Battle Cry of Freedom, but YouTube tells me to edit it. FK it. Sending it to your Discord.
All right, I'll check the Discord. I know we're almost to 1,000. I would never, like, if you told me that I would ever have 1,000 viewers, it would blow my damn mind. Honestly, I am so glad that you guys are here with me tonight. I am so unbelievably glad. Mrs. HLC for Space Force.
Well, I'd love to get Mrs. HLC in there. I tell you, I swept that woman right off her feet. And, I showed her my truck. She wasn't impressed. I showed her my motorcycle. She wasn't impressed. I showed her something else. And she was impressed. I'll show you what I was talking about. My wallet.
I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. You're here for us. Mirandy, I hope so. We can make it to 1,000. Did I flick her in the eye? No. My wife is Hispanic. I'm not going to say anything that would get me the video taken down, but yeah. Knox, I love you.
Okay, viewers, let's get guys.
We're going to try and make it happen.
Love you, HLC.
Grandpa Buff is slaying you right now. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Gotta use that cock.
Knox, dude, I love you. Go drink an entire bottle of Listerine. And then put another one in your butthole. I love you, dude, but Jesus. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's hot or if he just needs to go out. I let you out before we came up here. I saw you pee.
No disrespect to Grandpa Buff, I would not take advice from an airplane who thinks the moon is haunted.
The moon is haunted. Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
Make a shirt that says, "Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me."
It's funny you say that.
Membership.
Go to Habitual Line Crosser. Hold on. Membership when I can produce enough content that it matters to be a member. So, like, does that make sense? Because I don't want to allow memberships if you guys are just getting the same content as everybody else. So for me, if I do a membership, it's going to be exclusive content that not everybody else sees. Does that make sense?
So for Grandpa Buff, you can tell when you're a senior citizen when you and your spouse have to share the oxygen when having.
Share the oxygen. Oh, that's great. Ladon, thank you so much. Screw you two, love your brother. Lost my cat of 13 years.
Hey bro, first stream, much love.
Hey, welcome, Purple. I'm trying to keep up with it, guys. There's a lot going on right now.
With USA and Russian military doctrine being different, and this differences dictates weapon development and tactics. That being said, is the tech bad because of their doctrine, or is their doctrine bad because of their tech?
That's actually a good fucking question.
Hashtag screw22 love you brother. I just lost my cat of 13 years, so I understand the loss. Also, how would the 22 react to the 36 getting a new AA kill?
Ooh. I would have to
intercept me.
make that one.
I'd intercept
Holy
me.
shit. Thank you so much, Green Ranger.
Amazing content. As a former 11B door kicker, I appreciate the military humor and educating the keyboard warriors.
Hey,
Please
thank you.
keep doing what you do.
I
and
will.
Grandpa Buff plays Barry White. Green heart, green heart, green heart, green heart.
My darling, I can't get enough of your love, babe.
I'm sorry.
Take her to your place to share a nice word as a Regina. Hell.
Oh my god.
Space Force woman that is smarter than the boys.
Oh, Space Force woman is smarter than boys. I got it. I really want to answer this question about military doctrine and tech.
Sorry, I meant 91M or 14P. I'm a dumbass.
Oh, 14 Papa? Yo, show rad. That's dangerous stuff, man. You get assigned to brigade combat teams. Like, you go out with infantry cats. I got a soft spot for SHORAD, man. That's like the most infantry. Don't take this the wrong way, guys. The most infantry air defenders are
I
Papas.
do get amoeba ship just for uncut bloopers.
Uncut bloopers? Bro, there's a ton of them. There is a ton of bloopers that I remove. Like, you should hear me sometimes. Like, I'll be saying a line in front of the camera for one of my long forms, and I'll fuck it up, and I'll be like, fuck, red leather, yellow leather. Like, I'll start like I got Tourette's. So what I would say is the difference between American doctrine and Russian doctrine and American tech and Russian tech is we train with our equipment purposely defective. So meaning like we know shit is going to break in combat. So we train with shit that has like fake brokenness in it, right? So when I do air battles, sometimes they unplug my radios, they, shut off my console. We do all sorts of things to each other to try and, get them to learn how to fight through those. Russians, on the other hand, assume their shit is never going to be broken. So they've never trained with it broken. So when something small goes wrong, they all sit there and twiddle their thumbs and don't do anything. Meanwhile, Americans, we just look for another route. Like we exist solely in the gray space between where we are and where we need to be. Like that is, plus our mentality is very different. I saw a video of a Russian pointing at another Russian to a drone because he didn't want to die. I got it. Drones dropping bombs, but he pointed at his friend who was wounded to try and save himself. And me as an American, I can't understand that mentality. Like every fiber of my being just says, give the drone the finger and die like a man. Like that, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I don't think it would be that.
Your content is funny but informative in that classic military dark humor way. Anyway, just saw your last video on Syria. What are your thoughts?
I knew it was coming. I will tell you notoriously.
What do you think we are going to do to the three gone?
The three gone? I'm sorry. Oh, you like do for them? Oh, we just did. We started. Last I checked, 6 strikes, 85 targets, 2 B1s, and 120 pieces of ordnance. 150? No, 250, sorry, pieces of ordnance. So America, notoriously, when we hit you, we like to hit you right in the middle of the night. And that's because you're at home. And that's how we operate. Unless you get smart to us and you go somewhere else and sleep during the day. Then we'll hit you during the day. Nova, quick on the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to... Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't see it come through. Mike Housley, thank you so much. Flip the drone off, hell yeah. Like, it's just, as an American, we didn't... Like, it, to me, I can't understand a lot of mentality. So for Afghans, when we left, the Taliban took over, and to them it was just, well, okay, these were some people that are here, and these are other people that are here, and it's no big deal. But like Americans, we can't understand that. Like, being it's so strange to us. Like we would never allow that to happen. And Knox, don't you knock over the camera. Oh my gosh. 997, guys. We're 3 away. We are 3 away from 1,000. 1,004! Holy shit! Oh my god. Wow. I didn't think it would happen. North Korea is an absolute monarch. Bro, have you guys seen the amount of...
Here you go.
Thank you so much. North Korea is an absolute... They are. Have you guys seen the amount of North Korean propaganda that started popping up on TikTok? It's wild, the amount of North Korean propaganda. Like, I saw a bunch of videos that are like, oh, North Korea is a great place to be. North Korea, blah, blah. Okay, so Mrs. Linecrosser is watching the stream, and she said someone was asking about her. She wants you to know that she's okay. You know, Hobbs was her best friend for her entire adult life.
Hello, Helene Crosser.
Hello! Hello, hello, hello! Or, aloha, sorry. Why are you guys fighting with the bed?
NK is an absolute monarchy trying to be a commie.
Mrs. Linecrosser, did you feed them? We didn't feed them. That's why they're acting weird. Or did you feed them? I'm going to have to ask her. I don't know if we fed them. It's like an hour past their dinner time. Chances will be boots on the ground by the end of the year anywhere in the Middle East or Russia. I don't think so. I think both... Rain. She's bumped the damn... Hold on. Oh, there we go. So... Oh my gosh. Knox.
Chances there will be boots on the ground by end of year anywhere on Middle East or Russia.
Oh, Mrs. Linecrosser said send them down. Alright, go on. I'm gonna take them outside or down or just out the door. Knox, ring, come on.
Smashing RWs in ABMLs is amazing when you yell Kobe. Do you see us deploying in response M11B? Has Mrs. HLC ever had to get Larch and Glow out on you?
Whew. It is warm in here. It is very warm. I'm sorry if I missed anything. I gotta scroll back through.
Had an adult beverage in his honor.
Thank you so much.
For the little dogs.
I did see that one. Okay, so I saw Aloha. I'm trying to catch up, guys. Do you see U.S. deploying in response? You're 11 Bravo. It really depends on your branch. So as an air defender, we're the most deployed branch of the Army, and I'm not talking shit. We have the most people overseas at any given time in deployed locations. Because every COCOM commander out there has a deliberate risk assessment worksheet, and the risk is missiles, and he goes, well, we have air defense, and they just deploy us. And they think we're an infinite resource. We're not. We're run ragged. Everyone else slowed down after GWAT. Air defense never did. It's nuts right now. Most of the time, it's like 12 out, maybe 9 back, or 12 out and maybe a year and a half back at the best. Splashing rotary wings and ABMLs is amazing when you yell Kobe. That's fucked up, Shotgun. That's fucked up. You know, I'm here for it. You know, it's funny. So check this out. Actually, I got a new catchphrase and I'm going to use it in a video. You guys will hear it first. 1,000 of you hear it first. Chances there will be boots on the ground by the end of the year in the Middle East or Russia. I honestly don't think so. Both political parties understand that would be potentially political suicide because everyone wants to talk about ending wars. No one wants to talk about starting them. Madam EXE, thank you so much. Calling it a night. Hope you and Mrs. HLC have a good weekend as possible. Go check your P.O. box. I need to check the P.O. box, Brandon. I forgot. It's been a week, man. I need to do that. What do I think about Stargate SG-1 military accuracy? I've watched SG-1 a couple times. I never got super into it. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Striking the bad guys in a sandbox with long-range aircraft. I would love to find out the buff is working tonight. What will the U.S. do in response? It's right above you there, son of a pirate. They are hitting Syria as we speak. Syria and Iraq as we speak. Intel never slows down and never stops. Exactly. So, fun fact. The Army definition of combat power, we'll let this play.
Just heard we are currently striking bad guys in the sandbox with long-range aircraft tonight. Maybe the buff is working tonight. Sorry about the dog.
I would love to find out the buff is working tonight. So far I'm tracking 2 B1s.
What do you think about Stargate? SG-1 military accuracy, been reroute watching recently.
I'd have to look more into it, man. I just still can't believe we're at 1,000 viewers. That's wild.
I'm calling it a night. Hope you and Mrs. HLC have as good a weekend as possible. Go check your P.O. box. Lol RIP Hobbs.
Son of a pirate.
What will they do in response to Syria killing 3 Americans?
We're hitting them hard now. I knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time.
Intel never slows down and never stops.
The Army definition of combat power is... Oh, got another one. I'm trying to stay on top of them, guys.
With GLSBDs potentially heading to Ukraine, are we getting a battlefield game changer or live exhibition marketing demonstration for US defense sales?
Maybe both. I don't know enough about the HIMARS systems to probably give you an honest assessment of that capability.
Do you see limited boots on the ground in Yemen or Syria?
I mean, we're already in Syria in certain places, but Yemen probably not. Iran has way too much of a vested interest in Yemen, and they love pumping money and ammo in there to fight Saudi Arabia, who's our friend, and we back up Saudi. So, what is it? There was a question up here. Nope, no, not that. Oh man, what was it? Okay, so the definition of combat power, the Army definition of combat power, is the combined total means of constructive, destructive, and information capabilities that a fighting force or organization can apply at any given time. So the way I like to explain this to people is no one can build shit, break shit, or know shit as fast as Uncle Sam. Like, it would blow your mind, the shit that Uncle Sam knows. Like, when I tell you that we know exactly where people are at...
1K viewers but only 500 likes. Step it up all.
Thank you, man. Uncle Sam knows a lot.
Have a glass of Blackwood's toasted rye for you.
Daryl, Wait, for me or you? If you have one, good. For me...
Content on YouTube supporting America's enemies and insulting the fallen. Thank you for being a light in the dark.
Hey, thank you for your support.
Did you catch the Ukrainian naval drones footage of them taking out the Russan corvette?
I saw that. It's wild that a country with no navy is taking out this many ships.
What level of F around is Rapid Dragon find out?
I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they used it just now. For the 3 Americans, they hit so many targets. 200 pieces of ordnance, 85 targets, 6 strikes. I would not be surprised if Rapid Dragon was used in one of those. Honestly, would not. What was it? So, it's interesting. I like to look at things from an abstract perspective as much as I possibly can. And the reason... So me, I try and look at things from a moral perspective, and I look at the history and why this person's doing this and this person's doing this, and understanding these things. So naturally, I side with the Ukraine as a person, an individual, not a military member. The Israel thing, I don't know. No one's hands are clean right there, so I don't really understand where to go in that situation. But it's interesting to watch young people who only get their information from social media, and they gravitate towards whoever has the better social media campaign. And right now, Ukraine has a better social media campaign than Russia, and Hamas has a better social media campaign than the IDF. So we have Americans literally, 23 years after 9/11, and they're legitimately supporting terrorists. Like, not Palestinians. Palestinians are not terrorists. Hamas are terrorists. So I just want to make sure that there's that differential there. You have another question? Wyatt, I will hear it.
Does Uncle Sam know where I am?
I assure you, son of a pirate, you probably don't rate a high enough priority for them to know where you're at.
The fact that F-14 fought in the Vietnam
War
messes up my thought of time. It also shows how long that war went on for. A video of the F-14 talking about what they did in the fall of Saigon. It is wild.
Actually, that wouldn't be a half bad idea. Actually, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. You know what screws up my mentality of time? Someone showed me a picture of a Civil War veteran standing next to a P-51 Mustang. That fucks up my understanding of time. The dude was old as shit, but like a Civil War vet in World War II. Like, he wasn't fighting, he was just standing next to it. But like, that fucked up my understanding of time.
I hope the F-22 stays on his balloon diet.
Not on your fucking life.
There we go. I got, you know, we don't really know who's in charge up here anymore.
Bro, you're probably the smartest guy with this content, making all of us military guys look good.
I'm a psyop. That's what it So I tell you how I got this way, right?
Sorry to hear about the up. Have a beer on me.
Thank you so much.
There are initial reports that the Jordanians supported the strikes with their F-16S.
Hell yeah! Well, the Jordanians love us being there because we keep Syria and ISIS out of their country. So I got this level of understanding.
With Iran being the puppeteer, when and how do you think they will finally find out?
I don't know. Going toe-to-toe with a nuclear-capable enemy? I think wars are going to be fought economically now.
Got to call it a night. Came here to pay respects and hope you guys remember to cry the happy tears when you think about Hobbs. Good night, my dude and Mrs. HLC.
Real men have little dogs. I love that name, dude. Hobbs is a good dude. I'm going to miss him. Shit hurts. But thank you. Thank you so much, man. Uncle Sam will always know where I'm at and what I'm doing probably for life. Yeah, is the thing. I'm enlisted, I have a clearance, and I have a big social media presence. If I'm not on a watch list, I'll be surprised. We're not watching you.
Who ranks high enough?
Who ranks high enough? Anyone who could potentially damage national security, global trade, or cause significant damage to American assets or allies. If that makes sense. Like if you start getting on Reddit and, posting about, death to America, I'm going to fly there and XYZ, there's a chance you'll be watched. But as of right now, nah, probably not. Uncle Sam always knows. We need a Jordanian F-16 character. Oh, no, so, I forgot to tell you guys the little catchphrase I came up with, and I think it's a great line. Hang on, I'm going to... Catchphrase.
I think we need a Jordanian F-16 character. LOL.
So today I saw an F-5 flying by. Hold on.
If you up, you need tighter shorts.
So we saw an F-5, which is a training aircraft for the United States military.
Uncle Sam will always know where I'm at and what I'm doing, probably for life.
Big facts. Oh, 91 Mike, yeah, Bradley maintainer. Well, track maintenance. N14 Papa, yeah. Okay, so saw an F5 flying by, and one of the HIMARS guys, well, he's a 13 Juliet. He's the guy who plots out like where to shoot and how to shoot. So he gave me a hard time to let this play.
And going back to my last message, a 14P is air defense and 91M is a Bradley maintainer.
I tell you, air defense is the way to go, man. I love this job. There's a lot of idiots in this job, but it's a good job to have. So F5 flies by. Me and my buddy, Rotten Reaper, I played some video games with him before on YouTube. He was like, we were like, oh, it's an F5. That's the training support aircraft. And this 13 Juliet was like, can you guys shoot down that? Like talking about us Patriot guys. And both of us look at it, we're like, yes, absolutely. He's like, what if it has flares or chaff? And I was like,
what is your opinion on the Frank and Sam air defense system that the US helped develop?
I love it. It's covering capability gaps, and that's what you need in a good layered air defense. But he's like, what if it's got flares or chaff? And he was just being a smart ass because he's a really smart guy. But and I was like, flares, chaff, or Jesus, ain't nothing gonna stop you, or ain't nothing gonna save you from me. And I was like, that goes fucking hard. Like, I now need a Patriot shirt that just says flares, chaff, or Jesus, nothing can save you from me. Like, that shit goes hard.
So if the US government knows where every important person is, what happened with the Secretary of Defense?
Ricardo.
There's a Great Dane on my street, the breath biohazard. I was 5 feet away from the dog. The dog biohazard, a chemical weapon.
So, that's funny about the dog, by the way. So, how do we not know when the Secretary of Defense was? Okay, so this is the thing. We have a really good habit of looking outward and not looking in the mirror. We're very bad. Like, we're like, there's a problem 7,000 miles away. We need to deal with it. And somebody's like, hey, you know, we just, like, if you look at this bill, we just spent $17,000 on a hammer from Ace Hardware that costs $4. And we're like, ah, it's not important. That guy over there wearing the fucking pajamas. Fuck that dude. Like, we have a really bad habit of doing that. Like, there's some things the Uncle Sam fucks up. That's fair.
Shout out to the absolute legend Carl Weathers. A raider, Grief Cargo in Mando, Apollo Creed, and Dylan, you son of a bitch. Here's to your pop. Have a beer on me.
I'm drinking water right now. I just finished my margarita. I need another margarita. Thank you so much, The Stews. The Stews Music Box.
You should make the fat electrician a quiz since that mofo talks a mile a minute.
He does. He's fast. He talks so fast. I love Nick, man. He's a good dude, though. Like, me and him, we really vibe together. I can't wait till the next time I'm on Unsubscribe again. Like, I vibe so well with Eli and Nick, and then even Tyler Gray, man. We just all vibe really well together.
2 favorite catchphrases, Semper Gumby, always flexible, and
Yep.
Another day in the ADA.
Oh, yeah. Another day in the ADA. For those of you who don't know, ADA is Air Defense Artillery, but if you're ADA like me, and I assume shotgun, I've heard Another Damn Army, Alcoholics Defending America, America's Depressed Adults, I think those are the only ones that I know. The Talons program from the 80s. I do not know about the Talons program from the 80s. Wow, Randall, holy shit. You want that? You want the Patriot shirt and as a tank top. I will get a hold of. I will call Bunker and tell them that's the design I want.
Intercept me.
I want that Patriot shirt and as a tank top. Oh, and the HLCC patch smile.
I will get those. I got to start small with Bunker. So as people continue to buy things, I can expand the inventory. You know.
I'll buy that Patriot shirt right down now.
I will get it. I will get it. That'll be the first shirt that I pursue.
Would you like some Canadian help in the desert? We promise to keep war crimes to a minimum, though we probably wouldn't be much help.
Look, I knew things were going sideways in Afghanistan when I arrived at Kandahar Airfield and I saw Tim Hortons. I was like, the snow people are here? How bad did the Taliban fuck up? And then I found out it was like, oh, it's a NATO operation. So you had like the French and you had the Brits and the Germans and like you had everybody there. But I was like, God damn, they got the fucking snow people here. Shit.
What's the bigger naval risk, Taiwan or Red Sea?
Taiwan is the larger naval risk because it's in such close proximity to China.
It's never a war crime the first time.
So this is the thing. Our enemies, all of them, China, Russia, Iran, whoever out there like near peer, they have the ability to conduct a large amount of warfare close to themselves. But like, there's no threat of them coming to us. Because here's the thing, like, let's say that they nuke us. Let's say they nuke the whole US. Let's say that apocalypse happens. There is enough firepower all over the world that is not in the US. You're still going to die. Like, we are constantly deployed and everywhere. So cool, you wipe out the continental United States. There's 13 fucking fleets coming for you.
My father-in-law was instrumental in the Patriot missile system. Have a beer or buy Knox Breath Mints. Sorry about the pop.
Thank you so much, Jim. Hey, and I thank your father-in-law because that system.
The 22 needs a girlfriend, like a lady SU-57.
What would the 22 be into? Would it be older women, younger women?
Sergeant William Rivers, 46, of Carrollton, Georgia. Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24, of Waycross, Georgia. And Specialist Brianna Moffett, 23, of Savannah, Georgia. Rest in peace, boys. They paid today.
That's all that matters. I know after we lost Mark and Casey in Afghanistan, we dropped 1,500 pounds on that fucking alley.
You are the best. Humor in dark times is much needed.
Thank you so much, Saval. I think I said that right. That's the thing, guys, and I don't know how many of y'all been around for a long time, is the reason I do what I do is I went through some terrible things in my life, some awful things, and originally I made content because I wanted people to tell me I was great, I was funny, I was, it was selfish, it was stupid. And eventually what I realized is that for those couple minutes that I can have you tuned in and laughing, everything fades away. Nothing else matters.
Tim Hortons in the desert sounds like a war crime in itself.
Madam, it kind of was, but it was good. Shit was bomb.
Are we gonna get proportional on Syria?
Oh, it seems like we did tonight. In case you haven't heard the news, I think last I checked, 250 pieces of ordnance, 85 targets, 6 strikes. We've been putting in fucking work. I knew it was coming. But war never changes, yeah. So I went through some bad things, and when I can make those videos for you guys, it sets you free for a short period of time. And I know how much things like that meant to me. So
war never changes.
Hitting Yemen with UK right now? Is the UK involved in this one? Ooh. Yeah, they fucking learning too. This is the thing. I knew it was building up to something. So the United States de-escalates before we escalate. If you don't understand American politics, right? When they hit a drone, we're like, you need to stop that shit. We de-escalate. We won't do anything after that. But then they continue, right? The Houthis, they kept shooting at ships. We shot their shit down. We're like, you need to stop. And they're like, fuck you. And we're like, okay. And they kept doing it. We're like, can we just deal with this? And we start just fucking annihilating them overnight. And then they kept doing it. So we just keep hitting them. Like, we de-escalate before we escalate. And we've been trying to de-escalate in the area. And I knew that it wasn't going to be an isolated incident. It wasn't going to be, oh, we're just going to hit Syria. So right now I'm just hearing about the Yemen again. Yemen, Iraq, and Syria are all getting the fucking business right now. And I challenge you to find any other country out there that could do those kind of things simultaneously.
The main worry with the plan is their diesel subs floating out there in the South China Sea acting as torpedo-armed sonar buoys.
The PLA?
Feel free to be shellfish all you want. We love you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Noblex. Hey, Dr. Noblex, I have my lightsaber mount. It's not up. I have the lightsaber right here. It hasn't moved. I've been taking care of it. But I have the mount, and I just need to do it. But obviously it's been a week. So bear with me, guys. I turn to your videos to lighten reality. Like, the world is awful, and it'll beat you down, and it'll just continue to beat you down. And to me, being able to escape for a short period of time it means the world. And when you guys just reach out to me like that, more than anything else, when you guys reach out and you're like, hey, you helped me through this tough time, that's the shit that like keeps me going. That right there. I love that shit. Like, that makes a million negative comments and Russian fanboys just disappear. Like, that makes it all just go away. Because I'm like, this is what I do it for. Diesel and electrics need to surface. Oh, they do. Yeah, I forgot about that. A-10s went to the fight. Oh, they found out hard. They found out real fucking hard. They absolutely found out. Yeah. On top of obviously Hobbs, I found out a friend of mine that I worked with at White Sands had taken his own life too this week. So it's been a week. It's been and it's interesting. So I found out that it was the day before Hobbs, and I was going home, and I had a buddy driving behind me, and I go into the roundabout, and I almost got fucking smoked in the roundabout. I was like, it's not my week. Fuck this week.
CENTCOM reports A-10S went into the fight tonight.
Oh, I guess I gotta feature them in my next video now. Well, shit. I have to do... I did that video as a posturing video, but now that we're in the find out phase... Look. Hey, big man up there, whoever, whatever name you go by, I would really like to find out the F-22 winning. Like, I think my entire following would like to know that the F-22 winning.
I have a new lightsaber. We should duel someday.
Is this one safe to duel with? I thought this is like a display piece. I'm not being a smartass, Dr. Noblex. Oh, wait, you said you had a blade for it that I could use.
Can't wait till the kid is be able to eat.
Oh, dude, I'm so ready. I would love to make a video about the kid finally getting some. How bad will this get? Reagan proportional or glass of desert? I don't know. Right now, like, the only pedestal we have to stand on is that we keep saying we're reducing or eliminating the enemy's ability to conduct combat operations. Like, that's our go-to. So how far can we go past that? I don't know.
How bad will this get? Reagan proportional or glass the desert?
I hope when we I can't wait for this. Crazy Moose just donated. Thank you, by the way, Crazy Moose. I just saw that come through. Educating the public. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let that one play before I read it out loud. What is an AZ in the Navy, Crazy Moose? I'm not being. Is that your guys' rates are weird? I gotta Google that one.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Thank you for your work in educating the public. You do your homework and never claim to be a SME, except where you are one. Keep it up.
Hey, thank you so much, Crazy Moose.
Just a pog, I know.
Oh, that's actually a great idea. Hold on. Where's Dr. Noblex? Mrs. Linecrosser. She made the thing official. So welcome. Welcome to being a moderator, Dr. Noblex. Welcome. AZ is Aviation Systems Administration. That's what I got. That's the thing, man. I always worry about having Dunning-Kruger syndrome. For those of you who don't know what Dunning-Kruger syndrome is, it's kind of two sides of the same coin. Dunning-Kruger is when someone who doesn't know much about it speaks as if they know more than they actually do. Or when someone who knows a lot about it speaks as if they don't know enough about it. So for me, I try to always be educated. And for me, it's also having a humble pie because I do get things wrong. So when you guys are in the comments like, hey, this is what I read, oftentimes what I will do is either say, I didn't see that, thank you for the information, or hey, this is my source. Where is yours? So that way I can be more educated. Like it's a positive thing. And so it's more important in this world to be correct than right. Now, those words may seem synonymous, but being correct means you can absorb new information and change your opinion. Being right means that you are shut off and you always have to be a certain way. Be correct, not right. The kids should date the Gripen or Rafael. Rafael. I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to have to look it up. We know Iran will be in trouble if they announce a proportional response. See Operation Praying Mantis. It's so wild the amount of firepower Uncle Sam can put out there. Like it's just wild, guys. I encourage all of you to study Desert Storm. Desert Storm is the best example of Uncle Sam and NATO going full bore on somebody. Ian Hayes, thank you so much. Haynes, not Hayes. It is one of the most beautiful examples. Like a lot of people don't like Desert Storm. Oh, this is just a short little war. Do you know why it was short? Because General Schwarzkopf is a fucking gangster. That's why it was a short war. Anybody else would have planned that shit, be like, oh, we need to take our time, economy of force, utilize the principles of mission command. And Schwarzkopf is like, I'm going to finish this shit before the politicians can fuck it up. Like, love that man. Love that mentality. You say Rafale? Did you say Rafale?
We know Iran will be in trouble if they announce there will be a proportional response. See Operation Praying Mantis.
I can't wait. Rapid Dragon seems to break the whole proportional idea. Well, so this is the thing. America's idea of proportion is like 1 of us, 10 of you. That's how that works. I will be honest with you, though. I do not expect large numbers of casualties out of these strikes tonight, except for the people who were directly responsible. So, like, we're not going to see numbers probably even in the hundreds. I would say less than 50, realistically, probably going to be eliminated tonight. Most of their targets are going to be weapons facilities, missile facilities, drone facilities, infrastructure to stop their ability to conduct combat operations. 18-year-olds in college. Thank you for posting these videos. Helps calm me down. I love the bird. Yes. Dark. Is it Dark Derp? Thank you so much.
18-year-old in college here. Thank you for posting these videos. It helps calm me down about the shit show in the world. Also BRRRRRRRRTTT.
Raphael. Okay, Raphael. Sorry, somebody. I was reading that. For being the fraction people, we still do go a bit over with our proportion. What? You never picked up a wrench that was 29 halves? God bless America. The blades are dual rated. Oh, okay. Contact me on Discord if you need replacements. I can send you some sources. Hell yeah, Dr. Noblex. Now that I know I can actually hit this on something, that's a game changer.
I hope we get buff in the strike tonight.
I want the buff, the kid. So now I really, like, in my brain, I need to be one character.
Yes, the blades are dual rated.
Oh, there's my Buffalo.
Contact me on Discord if you need replacements. I can send you some sources.
Oh, it's the Great White Buffalo. Hey, bud, come on. Want to say hi to everybody? Oh, you were outside.
For being the fraction people, we sure do go a bit over with our proportions.
I am... Oh. I get a text now. Dog's incoming.
We say proportional, just not what size proportions.
I love it, Zach.
Weird question. I get the vague feeling you might collect math rocks. True?
What's a math rock? I'm not even being a smartass. Hold on. Now are you messing with me? Is this another... Did I just walk into something? Hearing the Iowa and the New Jersey are getting some new upgrades. Is it possible for a battleship to be viable in a modern war? It's a large superstructure. It can carry a lot. If you remove those turrets and replaced it with a lot of VLS and then got that thing in onboard like Spy 1, Spy 6, or Aegis, theoretically, that would be like an arsenal ship. But I don't know.
Jens Schwarzkopf was a great man. He used to do magic shows for us kids when he was the base commander at Fort Lewis.
Seriously? That's cool as hell. Dice. Oh.
Do you really think we know where the Putin is at all times? Can't we drop something by mistake?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Number Rocks is dice. No, I don't collect dice. I had one set way back in the day when I used to play D&D, but I have no time to play D&D now. I would love to play it again. I can't believe I just did that. I just Googled Dice Rocks. And you guys are right, fucking Number Rock. Hold on. I'll be right back. I need to open this window because it is blazing in here.
King Abdullah is a legit badass. AH-1 pilot and Abn. I served under General Schwarzkopf and had the pleasure of getting to know him in real life. He truly cared about those who served under, could hear it in his voice.
Hold on, I need to read that. I served under Schwarzkopf, had the pleasure.
Math Rocks equals D and D dice.
Math Rocks is D&D dice. I can't believe I just did that. That's... Hi guys, I don't know if you know this. You just found out you were today years old, Friday, the 2nd of February, 2024. HLC probably has autism. There you go. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw it on the. I gave the idea to Eli because it was just great. So we were talking about when I was on the podcast. So with Eli, on the unsubscribe, it's out. It's in Bunker Branding. If you go to the unsubscribe page, I was like, bro, it'd be a great idea for the Spectre because I talked about the Spectre that had fucked up some Iraqis that had shot at Americans. And he's like, what? And I was like, since it's a Spectre gunship, how about you like put a bunch of goofy looking shit and call it the Spectrum gunship? So it has like puzzle pieces and shit coming out of it. And he has a Spectre gunship that says Spectrum gunship, like the autism spectrum. And it's great. You served under General Schwarzkopf?
To a friend Rec, and proof that it is me.
Hold on. All right, Dr. Noblex, I'll have to check him, man.
More the Burt Gummer character in their Bradley character in Ukraine.
the Bradley Burt Gummer, I love that. Was just fun to do, man.
The only upgrades the Iowa battleships are getting is repairs. They aren't going to be brought back into service no matter how much all these people say it is going to happen.
I will be honest with you, I love the Iowa-class battleships. They are my favorite boat in all of war history.
I would love to DM a game, HLC, maybe Angry Cops or a couple others.
That would be
fun.
I would be a blast. But,
now I want to see the battleship Missouri doing a Macross impression. Firing 1% of the defense budget in one salvo.
I love the Iowa-class battleships. I love them. I adore them.
Follow up on the last super chat. I feel like F-15 is gonna get a few more notches tonight as well. God help them if a sub is in the area too.
Oh, you know the sub's fucking yeeting tomahawks. They're throwing threes right now. You know they're in fucking what body of water's closest enough. I love the Iowas. I love them. They're beautiful. They're elegant. They're fucking massive. They get bodied by a DDG. I hate that. I hate it.
2024 is the year of the Rapid Dragon. End it.
I would love to see that happen.
You would bring some great balance as guest on shows like Timcast IRL, where they basically consider all foreign policy/conflicts as sedition by the military-industrial complex and anti-US interests.
I don't know if I want to walk into a political climate like that. Like, I'm not being a smartass. Certain podcasts, like I go on podcasts to have fun and just kind of get to know people and let you guys see a different side of me. But it is fun to get Nick to go
Iran
off.
Wants to play bingo. Can you say B52? B1? B2?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's great. George Pad, what is up?
I would pay to watch an unsub D&D session.
I would pay to be a part of an unsub D&D session.
We need a Groundhog Day video where they keep reliving this day over and over.
That's not a half bad idea. I kind of like it. I don't know if I'll use it for this one, but maybe.
Shout out to the whiskey. Love the USS Wisconsin so much.
I love that ship. It's a good ship. I love fucking battleships. I love them. They're fucking just everything about them. Every curve, every fucking gun tube, they're gorgeous.
I just signed
but
up
they
for
get
the
sunk.
Army with an option 40.
You just signed up for the Army with an option 40. What is option 40? You're going to have to elaborate on that. I'm not a recruiter. What is my favorite style of hot dog? Chili dog. Hands down. 100% chili dog. I'm a chili dog guy.
A video of the MC-130 being excited, saying he is a bomber because Usyk drops the Moab, and the B-52 buff being annoyed by it.
I thought about doing that too, because the MC-130, or I thought it was a C-17 they dropped the Moab out of. I will double check. I just can't believe we're still hovering over 1,000. Like it's going down a little bit. I understand people are getting busy. I mean, we only got like 45 more minutes on stream here, so that's okay. I may have to go downstairs and get me another. I wonder if I could convince Mrs. Linecrosser to go get me a margarita. Oh.
Do you really think we know where Putin is at all times, and can't we drop something by mistake?
You did ask that already. I'm sorry I didn't get to you. I think we have a general area of where he is at all times.
Are Aussie troops more of a boogeyman than the snow people? When mentioned, held in high regard, but seems people are almost scared to mention them.
Aussies are definitely interesting. I've only worked with them, I've only ever seen them in country a couple times.
What's your favorite style of hot dog?
Chili dog. I've only ever seen them once or twice. The women that were there serving with them were very professional. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, Joshua. They were very professional. We'll go with that. And they were all a kick in the pants to be around, so I had no issue.
For M48. George C. Scott as Patton.
Voice for M48, George. maybe I'd have to like really look into Patton's voice a little bit more. Like I've never tried to mimic it. I'll be honest with you guys. I tried doing Arlie Ermy. I can't. It doesn't work. I can get the cadence right, but I can't get the
contract for Rasp.
Oh, hey, best of luck to you, Nolan. Rasp ain't easy, man. That shit. I mean, okay. According to my old platoon sergeant, who was also a ranger instructor, again, I've never been to ranger school. He said, and I quote, "If you can," I think I gotta do it with his Boston accent. "If you can fucking starve yourself and not sleep for 60 days, ranger school's fucking easy." I don't know if that was Bostonian or New Yorker. I don't know. It was close enough. Time to let the kid play. I'm hoping. I mean, it's almost kind of fun making the F-22 jokes that he still hasn't been able to do his job, but I hope he does. I hope they send him. Just give him one. Battleships were made to hunt sea monsters and fight Cthulhu. Turns out they're pretty good at war too. You imagine like somebody goes out in a rowboat, comes back, and is like Ocean's Haunted, and just starts building.
About the Mac classified telephone poles.
Mac classified telephone poles. I get it. I got that new shirt. I want to make it. I will get a hold of Bunker and be like, look, this is the next design I need.
Were made to hunt sea monsters and fight Cthulhu. Turns out they are pretty good to war too.
I love it. Honestly, I think battleships have their place as ground support vessels.
It's time to let the kid play.
I hope so. I think that they're like naval battles, like Navy versus Navy battleships are a little dated. But ground support.
Being an awesome dude. Let's pray shit doesn't go 1 million Kelvin anytime soon around the planet.
Oh, you and me both, JC. You and me fucking both. I mean, I'm not nervous per se. Okay. I'm not nervous about World War III or nuclear war. Not nervous about that at all. I'm more nervous about what these current events are going to bring about for the future of my career. I guess that's what I'm more nervous about. We want the kid to be able to do the thing so bad. I know what's going to happen. Is the day we find, it could be 10, 50, 30 years from now, the day we find out that the kid got to fight either another plane or got to do some ground support, my comment section is going to fucking explode. And I just hope and I pray that I can deliver a product that gives you guys exactly what you're looking for. Like, that is the only thing. Like, I don't want to have you guys watch and be like, that was a little underwhelming. I hope I can just deliver that for you. That's my only hope. Oh yeah, now the dogs are chilled out. I got the window open. It's actually got a nice cool breeze in here. Oh, it was so hot in here. It was toasty.
What's what in the buff? Buff's here. What do you want to talk about? I was given dating advice earlier.
To be able to do the thing so bad.
We do. Zach. Thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate it, man. Ian Haynes with another 5.
My unit is ready to get proportional in Ukrainian. We need to eat.
Ian, I feel bad.
Chelsea is someone who has lost 3 dogs / best friends. I know exactly what you are going through. I wish you the best during this extremely rough time for you.
Thank you so much, Zach. Honestly, it's just little things. Like, I expect to see him certain places.
What's in the buff? What's in the buff?
I'm not gonna lie, I got emotional today because he took a poo in our backyard right before we took him to say goodbye. And I picked up that poo today, and I never thought a turd would get me emotional. That happened.
Nox is trying to sleep.
I know. I'll start whispering. Buffalo. Shit, his hearing is perfect. All right, now Protocol 4. Gotta give treats.
Scott played him in film.
Patton is last week. Wait, hold. Ow! You bit my thumb, you bastard! Ow!
Every performed slamming the barn doors.
Hold on, something about slamming the barn doors. I didn't hear
today years old since today is my birthday.
Today's your birthday? Hey, congratulations. Happy birthday. Congratulations on a birthday. Happy birthday. I'm fucking retarded. Sorry. I'm sorry. ever performed slamming the barn doors. I love it. I love it. That's great. Scott played him in film. Patton was last week. Scott played him in film. I will check. He was trying to sleep.
My husband and I love your content so much we tune in for every video as soon as it comes out.
Thank you so much. I love that continued support. I love, like, I'm not gonna lie. When I upload it, I like go to my YouTube studios and I'll refresh it because I want to read y'all's comments because I like the shit you guys say. Except for the first. Please, you don't have to say first. What are you doing? Oh, also it's Knox. Knox. That's how you spell his name, like Fort Knox. He's looking at me, isn't he? Yep, I see him in the camera. He's looking at me. And Rain's got her butt towards the camera. Can we get a video of the SR-71 in Habit Hanoi Hilton? What's Habit Hanoi Hilton? I know what Hanoi Hilton is. That was a POW camp in Vietnam. That was the nickname for it. I can't remember the real name.
Your content has helped keep my head screwed on straight. Got a bounce after helping to stop one of the 22 a day last night. Need sleep.
Hey, Valhalla... Valhallarkist? I think that's how you say it. Hey, man, thank you so much. Like, seriously, for being here. Get some rest. Job well done. Yo, Sergeant, how's it going? Bro, I'm off duty. You do not need to call me Sergeant.
Sergeant, how's it going? Just got back from basic and 8. I'm a dirt pusher in November, just in time to see fuck around starting to meet find out.
I knew it was coming. I just wasn't sure. My bet, I told my wife, I was like, I'm betting Saturday night, early Sunday morning. She's like, why? And I said, certain things happen religiously on Sundays, so you're going to have a good opportunity. Everyone's going to be trying to get well rested before that. But that could be our religious practices. So that was my guess. And here we are, Friday night. I was a day off. You know, that's fair. Your content has helped. Oh yeah, I read that one. One of your Joes here in my office. Oh no, Livewire. No, they are not. I don't have any Joes. I'm an instructor. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. No. What kind of dog is the white? He is Australian Shepherd and Pit Bull. But he's also... I love that dog. I love him so much. He is my best friend. He's been with me for so long. He was with me through my last divorce. He has moved around the country with me. He is my best friend in the whole wide world. But he has 2 brain cells competing for 3rd place.
And Euro Ali says they are developing a stealth missile and glide bombs. They are much cheaper than at aircraft. Patriot can't shoot what it can't see.
Stealth missile and glide bombs. Hold on. Well, stealth is a finite resource, so it's also really expensive to produce. Theoretically. I mean, it would get close before it was seen, but it would eventually be seen. It's just a matter of can we get a shot off in time. So, I mean, I'm not saying the system is not impenetrable.
Always amazing.
Blurf, thank you so much. Well, it's going to be a multi-day strikes. I know, it's just going to continue. Armando, you need to relax. He's also a pain in the ass. I love him so much. He is my best friend. He's so dumb sometimes. So this is the thing. My ex-wife, this is how I got my best buddy. My ex-wife brought him home, and he was literally the size of his own head. He was a cute little white furball. And for the first 7 days he was in my house, I didn't touch him because we had already had a dog, we already had a cat, we already had an iguana, and she had 2 kids in the house. I was like, we don't need another fucking dog. I don't want him. You need to take him back. He doesn't belong here. He's not our dog. And I didn't want to touch him because I knew if I did, I would fall in love with him. And she goes, well, he's your dog, and set him on my lap. I was like, fine, he's mine and he stays with me forever. And she's like, that's fine, okay. He's my dog.
Wouldn't worry about Chinese missiles. Apparently the chips they stole from us has a return to sender built-in.
Are you fucking serious? I hope that's not satirical. That's funny as shit, Schultz. That is funny as shit. Oh, Habit was a typo. SR-71 stories could be fun. I do. I need to get in some more SR-71. I need to build the character better.
I think we are going to have to start talking to the Ukrainians when it comes to naval warfare.
We may have to. So, again, I feel bad for Ukraine because...
My cat has 1 brain cell and it has an on/off switch he controls.
He might be there too. I don't know. He's my land hippo. Because...
Habit was typo.
Oh, you good?
SR-71 stories could be fun.
But we... How do I word this in a way that won't get me in trouble? From an outside perspective, of course, I have no insider information about anything that is going on in that country. But from an outside observatory's perspective...
Can you try an impression of Hank Hill? Smiley face.
Bobby, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'd have to work on it, but you know what? Fuck it. Maybe we'll bring in Hank Hill as something. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I got a narrow urethra. There we go. That's what you're going to get. But anyways, so the Ukrainians, I feel bad for them because if we showed up, again, outside perspective, I have no doubt in my mind we could steamroll through Russia. If it stayed conventional and it never went nuclear, steamroll them. Let's do a conservative estimate. 90 days. And I'm not even being a smartass. That's conservative estimate.
Turks are considering sending their S-400 to UKR.
Really?
Do keep us up to date on the score count for us.
Hold on. Do keep us up to date on the score count? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I will keep you guys informed as best I possibly can. Wait, what's your opinion on the F-14? If you answer, the boys will give you 50 subs. I mean, we don't... Okay, I tell you what. My opinion on the F-14 Tomcat is it is a beautiful weapons platform. It was able to get a radar lock at far greater ranges than even aircraft that we have today. It was built around the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, and I think it is one of the sexiest jet aircraft that have ever existed. It is not my favorite aircraft, but I would say that it's comparable. It's a close... probably second, maybe third, I don't know, for my favorite jet aircraft. It is a elegant, eloquent fucking machine, and I love it. I think, personally, it looks better with the wings out instead of swept, but I understand the importance of it.
Did someone mention the SR-71?
Yes.
I love that plane so much.
It's just an engineering marvel, and how we got the metal for the SR-71 to make it is just...
Wanted to say thank you for your content. It's made me smile in some rough times. Terry Smore, I want to say, but 5 is all I can afford cause broke student.
Red Grave, you don't have to do that. I try and get to everything. You don't have to donate, man. I totally understand. Thank you so much. And honestly, just even comments like that where like, hey, your content has helped me through some tough times. I love that shit. Dude, that shit keeps me going. That's what I'm here for it. 80 hours. That wasn't a bad Hank Hill. You got a pro plane, aeroplane?
My question is, what's guarding B-1s in Iraq, or are they operating solo?
Who's guarding B-1s in Iraq? Are they operating solo? Well, what we heard is that Jordanian F-16s were supporting the operation, and F-16s, especially U.S.-bought F-16s, are capable to carry harms. And they do really, really, really good destruction of enemy air defense. However, we're going against an insurgency that doesn't really have any air defense capabilities, so I have no idea.
Do you have a favorite firearm in the U.S. arsenal?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, you want me to tell you what it is? So in the U.S. arsenal, when it comes to military weapons, favorite military weapon, and everyone's going to be like, oh, of course it is. I love the BAR. It's a dumb idea. I get it. I know why we got rid of the BAR 20 round full auto thing. We changed it out for the Pig, and then we eventually changed it out for the 240. I get it. But I think it's so fucking cool. Why did America need a 20 round magazine for a 30-06 fully automatic shoulder fired machine gun? Because we did. I love that. I love that idea. Close second would be the Thompson. And then the PPSH. But that's not the U.S. arsenal. That's Russian. And the only reason I like the PPSH is because I got to shoot one at range day, and that shit was so fun. Oh, man, it was great. Moose Queef. We love you, and rest in peace to dog. Thank you so much. HLC, you've not seen Patton, so do it's worthwhile watch. One of my favorite World War II films. I will have to check it out. I do like Patton. Patton helped revolutionize the military. His combined arms techniques with infantry supporting armor, armor supporting infantry being carried by artillery capabilities, it's fucking revolutionary. And we still use it to this day. Combined arms battalions and brigade combat teams are something that was kind of pioneered. I say pioneered by him. Originally, the Germans were doing it. They did it first. But we ended up doing it eventually. And we kind of, I think we refined it to a point. Ooh, somebody asked about the Leopard 2. What do I think about the Leopard 2 main battle tank? My favorite is probably because Canada uses them and you're Canadian.
What about it, the F-35 being able to carry nukes? Think he's mentally able to carry such a powerful weight on his mind?
That would be a fun episode to dive into.
The man is here to spam ball sacks. My condolences for your loss. I lost a dog that helped me with mental health and it still hurts.
James, man, thank you so much, dude. Thanks for being here. And you're going to write ball sacks again because it still makes me laugh. Thank you so much, John Flote. I think I said that right. Canada Sniper.
What do you think about the Leopard 2 main battle tank? It's my favorite, but that's probably because Canada uses them, and I'm Canadian, smiley face.
So I will tell you, my top 3 favorite tanks, Allied tanks anyways. Number 1 is getting, hate me if you want, I got it, the Merkava. I love the Merkava. It's a beautiful design. The turret slope is gorgeous. I got it. They're not as robust as other platforms. I like it. It's a beautiful tank. Number 2 is obviously going to be my friend the Abrams. Number 3 is going to be the Challenger 2, just because it takes a molly whopping. But it's almost interchangeable with the Leopard 2. Because the Leopard 2 is faster, lighter, and has the same gun as the Abrams. I think the Chally does now too. No, Chally is still rifled, I think. Fuck, I can't go from memory. The only thing that I think puts the Challenger slightly ahead is the amount of punishment those things have seen. Leopard's a good tank though. It's a solid fucking tank. Actually,
I just want to say sorry for your loss. We'll always be here to support you, man.
Thank you so much.
From your northern neighbors in Canada, smile.
Gotta love the Canadians. Hey, thank you so much. And a random hitman. Look, I used Hooked on Phonics as a kid. Shit just did not work out for me. I'm still hooked on Phonics. War crime. M24 sniper rifle and or the Hikat 2. Fallout anti-material rifle. Can't personally fire them by shoulder, but sniper rifles are sex. I like sniper rifles. The M24, I've never fired it. I always get them mixed up. There's the M110 and the M107. And one of them is the Barrett. Don't like the Barrett. It's cool. It's a 50. But the other one is a 7.62. It's 308. Looks like an M16 is 308. Thank you, John Flote. I think that's how you say that. M24 is a good weapon as well.
M24 sniper rifle and or the HK2 Fallout anti-material rifle. Can't personally fire them because of my shoulder, but sniper rifles are sexy.
If I was going to go for a long-range rifle, like sniper rifle style, there's simple and then there's practical. That's how my brain goes. Simple is a 50 cal, a Barrett. Barrett's not really great. There are better 50 cals out there. Like Barrett's cool because it's just gadoosh. Like it's cool, right? It's free floating barrel. It doesn't kick very very hard. But anytime you hear someone like, oh, fired a 50 cal and I hit a 400-yard target, I look at them like, yeah, I fucking hope so. That round creates its own atmosphere out to like 900 yards. Unless you're shooting in a hurricane, you're not even going to get any wind drift. You're going to get dropped. Cool, congratulations, but shit. So simplicity is that, right? Because you can reach out as far as you really need to, as long as you're a decent shot. But for practical purposes, I do miss my M14 EBR. The one I had in Afghanistan. I love that thing so much. It was sleek. It was sexy. It was heavy. It was front heavy. But it just absorbed the recoil real nicely. I was confident with that round. I was confident with the ballistics of that weapon. I liked it. I liked everything about it. Break out the butter. I'm going to make toast. What? Churchill? I do have a puppy cam. I do. DMRs for days? Yep. I just want my M14. And bro, that EBR, it was so good. Had a Leopold Mark IV scope. And then I found out, and this kind of fucked me up. Leopold. Look, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong to somebody. But it had the Leopold Mark IV mil-dot reticle. And I loved that rifle. Loved that scope. And then I was like, I wonder how much this is. And I looked up the rifle, and the rifle's like $1,100. I was like, oh, cool. Looked up the scope. It's like $3,000. Why was my optic worth more than my rifle? God bless America. Anyways. Booker or Abrams? Abrams all day. Abrams could fucking smoke a Booker. Not even a contest. I think the Booker's sexy. I think, bringing back, small gun carriages, I think it's sexy. I love it. Small wheelbase, small chassis, big gun. I love that shit. I'm so glad it's making a comeback. But I will always have a soft spot for my Abrams. Initiated the war crime sequence. God bless America. Lenses ancient. You ain't wrong. And Leopold, correct me if I'm wrong, Leopold is not American. It's French. Isn't it? Or am I fucking that way up? I don't know. M60 Patton versus Abrams. Abrams all day long. Longest kill is 12,470 feet. Is that the one that the Ukrainian guy got with the It was an anti-material rifle. It was like 20 millimeters or something like that. Which, cool. But throwing that amount of firepower at somebody, fuck. Leopold is American. Okay, I fucked up. HLC for War Party Chief to support.
Longest confirmed kill is 12,470 feet.
Did you... Why are they shutting off again? Why did they shut off? All right. That was strange. Ball sacks. Are you staying in the loop on Paul Harrell? I'm not familiar with the Paul Harrell situation. No, I did not. I was not tracking that. Oh, it sucks. Is that the guy who's like, I'm not going to let it define me. I'm going to go enjoy my life? He had like brain cancer or something, right? It'll take your eye out. Hey, Green Ranger.
I love my Barrett 82A1 and my MP5K. Kinda like that Sesame Street skit. Nia. Far glad to see you holding the line tonight, sir.
Thank you so much, Colonel Viper. Cole Viper or just Colonel Viper? I'm not really sure. I want to get me an MP5.
Best weapon,
eventually.
Red Rider lever action with a compass in the will take an eye out. Winking face, winking face.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Ball sacks, are you staying in the loop on the Paul Harrell situation?
I will have to look into Paul Harrell. Let me write that down.
Cancer.
Let me write that down. Ooh, I just dropped my pen. Help me, Tom Cruise. I'll be right back. I'm going under.
Sergeant asks for the M2, and you, as a World War II infantryman, need to figure out if he means the machine gun, the knife, the helmet,
the grenade, the tank,
or the submachine gun in less than 5 seconds.
Everything was an M2. Oh, there's one you forgot. Hold on, I think. There's an artillery piece. After we, so we originally had the M1 anti-aircraft artillery, like it was a flat cannon. And then after we took a whole bunch of German 88s, we created the M2. So you forgot artillery piece, but it's all right. Paul Harrell. Let me write that down. I don't know why I know that, but my brain was like, you're going to remember this forever. Cool. Have you tried turning them off and back on again? Pippin ain't dead. Everybody scared? Carl Weathers died today? What would I say is a better aircraft, F-22 or F-35? Depends on the target. That's a great question. Air-to-air? Ooh, actually, that's kind of a... Okay, if it is a single F-22 or F-35, and you're going air-to-air against something, 22 all day. No questions asked. But if you have a network of 35s, and so let's say 5 F-35s against 10 MiGs, or 5 F-22s against 10 MiGs, those F-35s are going to drop them quicker. Just because of the network and sensor capability on board of those systems. And I hate to say that because I love the F-22. And each one of those F-22s, 1v1, is just a monster. But we don't do anything 1v1. We strike package everything. The bend and snap. Dog's confused as we are. Yeah, what the dog doing? Radar Swedes have joint weapons programs. Yeah, there's a Swedish student just came through the school, and I will tell you, out of all of the foreign countries I've ever worked with, this is the first foreign country that I've worked air defense with that I genuinely feel like their operators are on par or above me.
Jamaican fan here, more unhinged F-22 stuff plaza.
Wait, what? F-22... Jamaican fan here, more unhinged F-22 stuff, please. I got you, Jasmine. Jasmine da Bangai. Wow, I'm sorry. I said that in a Jamaican accent. I kind of did. It was like a shitty one. I've never practiced a Jamaican accent. I will probably not ever do that again. I'm sorry. At that point, 90% of the U.S. equipment was brand new. Everyone, let's pay our respects to the late, great Carl Weathers. An F in chat. Absolutely. Do like an ERA meme, but with VLS. Maybe. Brandon Herrera, don't ask.
I will always be better at rifles than pistols. M4 is mostly what the Navy ships use, though we do carry M16.
Ooh, showing your age there, man. Or they still use M16s. We're on M4s, and the infantry cats, they got all the new, I think they're M17s, or maybe that's the pistol. The new rifle. I have no fucking clue. We don't get that. Bro, I shit you not, last time I was in my arms room, back when I was at Fort Sill over there in a different unit, I checked the production date of one of the 50s we had, the M2s, and it was definitely 100% produced in 1947. Or at least the body was. I don't know about the bolt and bolt carrier and that whole thing, but the body was produced in 1947. We get all the old shit. Does the F-22 really have an enemy near its level? I would say...
Can you comment on the recent US and Jordanian strikes that killed Iranian Revolutionary Guard troops? And CENTCOM releasing a statement making it known that the US specifically targeted them?
This is the first I'm hearing about it, but here's the thing. If the U.S. is making an official statement that they targeted Iranian troops in a certain area, we had justifiable reason for doing that. Because one of the things we teach doctrinally is legitimacy of battle. Now, the UN and everybody else are going to want answers about what we hit and why we hit it.
Keep doing it, you gotta pass, bro.
Thank you so much, man. As soon as these strikes are over, everyone's going to want to know what we hit and why we hit it. Naturally, the bad guys are going to get on their bleeding heart TikTok and Facebook, and they're oppressing us, and they're going to show like some woman crying next to rubble that they might have paid to be. I have no idea, right? The propaganda is going to start to fly, and we're going to have to justify every single one of our targets. If we targeted them, we have a damn good reason. So we either had proof that they were colluding with somebody, they were either in a location that was used against American forces. I don't know what the standpoint of that would be. Please keep doing it. You got to pass, bro. There we go. I don't know why I sound like the dude. Look, the only experience I have listening to like Jamaica, because I've never been to Jamaica, is the dude. You're gonna laugh. The dude from the old Apple Jacks commercials. Here I come. I am sitting, man. Like that's the only you know.
This year will be number 13 in the Navy. Guess I am old, ha ha.
Bro, I asked a kid, I don't know if you guys ever had them, but I asked a kid what an ANCD was. And he was like, I have never heard of that, Sergeant. And I was like, fuck. So an ANCD, I don't know what it stands for. I have no idea what that acronym stands for. But it's how you load codes into a radio. And the old one was like a laptop, like a little tiny plastic laptop. You open it up, it had a bunch of buttons. None of the buttons made any fucking sense. None of the menus were intuitive. It was the hardest thing in the fucking world to use. But we had it.
If you could lap one time period in US Army before your time in service, what would it be and why?
That's a good question. The American Revolution. Because I think that was really a defining moment in our history, and I feel like my knowledge base, I could really expand on how we do things and change tactics. But anyways, so we had an ANCD, and now we have SKLs, which are a simple key loader. It's a brick, and it's got a screen on it with a little stylus, and it has Windows loaded on it. Fun fact, about 5 years ago, they took Minesweeper off of there. Fucking sons of bitches. So I couldn't play Minesweeper on my SKL anymore. But anyways, and that's how we load the radio. By the way, fun thing that I like to do to people who don't know how an SKL works is when you tell it to load the radio, right? Like you have it plugged in and you say, load, you do all your things on the radio. I convinced a 14 Tango that he had to turn it upside down so that the ComSec went through the wire into the radio. And he had to pour it in. And I proceeded to laugh my ass off for about 20 minutes when he did it.
When are you and Angry Cops going to do a video together? Ball sacks on a blue chin. The snowsberries taste like snowsberries.
James, man, we did it's in my videos here on YouTube. It's called Angry Chops. He was the chopper that was Macho Man Randy Savage. Just watch some Cool Running and you have it down? Yeah! More W in chats for Hobbs? Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Don't know what an ANCD is, but I know what a Pricky 9 is. No shit! You guys had Pricky 9s? So, they used to have these radios, PRC... E9s. PRC is fucking... something radio channel. Now we switched to Singars, which is single channel ground air radio system. And now there's like different ones. There's Harris's, anyways, all the other fucking radios. But back in the day, they called it a Pricky 9. Cool. Well, the enlisted ranks in the Army are E1, or the pay grades are E1 through E9. So back in the day, you would tell that new soldier, hey, go ask the platoon sergeant for the Pricky 7 radio. And, oh, Roger, the platoon sergeant's an E7. So he'd walk over, Sergeant, can I get a Pricky 7? Oh, you think you're fucking funny? It's great. It's wonderful. 14 Tango. I'm sorry. 14 Tango is... So I am Patriot Fire Control Enhanced Operator Maintainer. My job is to actually sit on the keyboard and I fire the missiles. I'm the tactician. The 14 Tangos... So I'm an Echo. 14 Echo. The 14 Tangos are my launcher dogs. When I call on that radio, they haul ass downrange in a Humvee or a Gator or on foot. Really depends on the circumstances. And their job is to power up my launchers, turn on missile heat, turn the torque tubes, unlock everything, and get it ready to go and get the fuck out of the way. Because I will barbecue their ass if they're out there too long. So that's their job. That's my job. And then once they go to the bunker, if I say, hey, I need a reload on LS5 and I'm still in the fight, I shut down that launcher. They have to find a way to get to that launcher, get missiles to that launcher, pull off the empty cans, put the new missiles on, and I could be firing off of my other launchers. So I have respect for my Tangos because their job is dangerous. That's how you know you're getting old. We need to find that hairdresser soon. One of my battle buddies are itching to get some. I love it. Harley or metric bikes?
We need to find that hairdresser soon. One of my battle buddies said they are itching to get some.
I can't wait. So here's the thing. I grew up around Harleys. I kind of understand Harleys. There are things about Harleys that I really like the sound. If you guys didn't know this, Harley Davidson, again, random facts that my brain retains. Harley Davidson actually patented their sound because why do Harley bikes sound different? Well, every other internal combustion engine that has ever fucking existed, except for rotaries, that's a 4-cycle, right? The cycles are suck, squeeze, bang, blow. That's the cycles of the engine. It sucks in air, right? Air and, air and fuel. The valves open, air and fuel come in. They close, it squeezes on that stroke.
Hi HLC, I have some advice for the F-18 voice. Make it sound like Clint Eastwood. I feel like fits well and won't hurt your voice as much.
Unfortunately, Clint Eastwood is the AC-130. Or I would. I do like doing Clint Eastwood voice. So squeeze, and then bang is the third stroke, which that's when the sparks, bang, and then the exhaust valves open, and it blows out the exhaust. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Harley, on the other hand, is suck, squeeze, blow, bang. Their engines fire on the exhaust stroke with the valves open. So Harley's, it's a really inefficient way to make an engine, but it works for Harley. So that's why Harleys have a different sound. It's suck, squeeze, blow, bang, and every other engine is suck, squeeze, bang, blow. So I do love my Harleys. However, when it comes to efficiency, look, I'm saying you drop a couple of atomic bombs on somebody, they learn how to build shit efficiently. I'm just being honest. I have a Jap bike. Don't take any offense to that, anybody, but I have a 2008 Suzuki Boulevard C109R, and I love it. I don't know why they built that bike. It's a 1,000-pound motorcycle that has 120 horses at the rear wheel. It's 1,800 cc's. I don't know why they ever decided that shit. Why do I need a 1,000-pound bike that can do 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds? It has a 11-second quarter mile on a 1,000-pound cruiser. Why is that a thing?
One of our most powerful weapons is our very own logistical teams. Rapid Dragon, the Bunker Buster Bomb, and even ice cream tankers in World War II.
I'm telling you, American logistics. If you guys haven't seen the video from the Fat Electrician about the Berlin airdrop, that shows you the capability of American logistics. I'm telling you. So it was probably the worst job I ever did in the Army. It was miserable. It was awful. I was sent to Operation Afghan Welcome when we moved the Afghans, the people from Afghanistan, to the United States. I have never seen things move so quick with American logistics. It was wild. We needed a Marine Expeditionary Unit. They showed up. They needed their equipment. They flew it in. Like, it just boom, boom. Things were happening. And it wasn't like, oh, we'll get to that. That's going to be 6 months down the road. It was like, it's happening today. It's happening this afternoon. Hey, at 3 a.m, we got this landing. Hey, we got another group coming through this. Hey, medical needs to stay open an extra 12 hours so we need to get a minimum of 5,000 people through there today. Like, it's fucking wild when you see American logistics, like, just get pressed. It's wild. In Thrust We Trust, I love that. I wish I had made that up, but I did not. We need to show Hobbs support, let the rest of Hobbs' spirit lifted to God with peace and support. From his chat more, all the W's. Thank you so much, Full Auto Sandwich, man. I love that little dude. Sucks. Thanks for the awesome content. You are welcome, Derek. I'm trying to get through all this. He chose Harley, in my opinion. Harleys have the standard 4-stroke cycle. The sound is because the angle of the two pistons from each other. The second cylinder fires just after the first. Are you sure? I'm not being a smartass. My 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not being a smartass. Like, my dad and my brother have been Harley since, like, before I was born. And, I mean, I haven't really fucked with the timing on one, so you could be right. I've never really messed with the timing on one. I did mess with the timing on an old 88 Ram Charger, and did you guys know that if you put a distributor in 180 degrees out of whack, that engine will fire in reverse? Not like it didn't go in reverse, but like, it was supposed to be, let's say the piston order was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It fired in 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was, I mean, the crank was going the same way, but it just fired completely backwards.
Found your channel watching The Fat Electrician. It has made my week. You both are funny AF. Your Hank Hill was pretty dead on. Sorry for your loss.
You know what? Now that I know that I can do Hank Hill and you guys are good with it, I have to make that character. Maybe the B1 will be Hank Hill.
Airlift, the Bunker Buster bombs, and so on. Give love to the logistics guys. They perform sorcery.
I fuck with loggies, man. Loggies will get you shit, and they'll get you shit quick. Harley Scream, I have a... Well, then I need to get a Harley, Nova. That settles it. I already have a lifted truck. I know what that screams. Now I gotta get a Harley. Fucking... Let me see. Trying to merch link for those who need it. Wolfram just putting in work. So is Nemo. You guys, my mods, I have the best mods, guys. And our new mod, I think he left, but it's okay. Bone and Bone. Hank Hill will be a Hemet. I'll deliver bone and bone accessories out there to the Middle East. I tell you what. Them men out there running around in pajamas, they decided to... I can't even do it now. I'm like laughing too much. I got the wiggles. Those men out there in pajamas decided to shoot at our people, and I said, I'm going to whoop your ass. There you go. There's your Hank Hill. Last super chat of the night. It's worth it because you put out fun and informative content. You are the GOAT, and Godspeed. Thank you so much, Black Gem 12. How did I come up with my channel name? Great story. I used to work, and that'll probably be my last story because we got about 2 minutes left, or about 1:30 left until I got to get off. So great story. I was a battery trainer in 3-2 Air Defense Artillery. My commander, I was given a really tight...
How do you come up with your channel name?
I was given a really tight... It always does them like in series together.
Last super chat of the night. All this is worth it cause you put out fun and informative content about the world news. You are a GOAT, and Godspeed.
So I was a battery trainer in 3-2 Air Defense Artillery. My commander gave us a impossible training schedule. Well, per the doctrine, ATP 3-01.86, which is the Patriot Bible, we are supposed to go from untrained to technically T-, which is table 8, in 6 months. They gave us less than 90 days. And I was like, look, it's not going to be pretty. I'm going to bend some rules, but I'll get you there. Hang on. James Mann.
BS. The bone has to have a stud sexy voice.
Maybe, we'll see.
Balls.
So, I love it. So, I did it. I got his unit trained. We were the first ones trained in the whole battalion. We had the highest scores in battalion because I'm very good at my job. Not good at paperwork. Not good at playing nice. I'm very good at what I do. And so I had actually gotten an Article 15. I had been in trouble. I got an Article 15 because I ran naked across a training area for humor. Okay? That's what I did. So anyways, I'm not saying I was okay.
Friends in the ADF all say things really get done through unofficial channels. Have you seen the same?
In the ADF? Are you talking about Air Defense Force? Yeah. Working drug deals behind the scenes gets you everything done. Trying to follow the proper channels, nothing will ever get done. Just being totally honest with you. So, I got his unit trained, got an Article 15, got in a lot of trouble, and then out of nowhere, he pulled me aside and he's like, Sarlong, you should have been in a lot of trouble. You're a habitual line crosser. And I was like, and he's like, do you know why you're not in trouble? I was like, I have no idea, sir. He's like, because you're really, really fucking good at what you do. And I was like, thanks for playing to my strengths. Much appreciated. The drug deal. I'm telling you, man, the drug deal. So much for a good conduct medal. I still got it. Still got the good conduct medal. I'm too good, drug-free, to celebrate 12 years. Celibate 12 years. No shit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. We do a 2-hour stream every Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. I will be dropping videos this weekend. I have a long form hopefully coming out depending on what kind of answers I get from that. So, as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. Please, if you'd like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecrosser.com. Don't forget, I just partnered with Bunker Branding. We got a bunch of new, some old designs, one new design. Super excited to share that with you guys. Please go support. I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.